Patriots fan, take a breath and roll with me because today's talk is serious, straight, and exactly how Patriots Nation likes it. Heart in the throat, eyes on what truly matters. This week wasn't quiet, it was a warning shot. And if you're paying attention, you can feel it. The atmosphere changing in Foxborough. This isn't another rumor floating around. It's a pattern of signals pointing towards something real. Before anyone screams, overreaction, listen closely, because every sign is pointing in the same direction. Let's start with the cold, hard reality. Antonio Gibson's torn ACL blew a hole in the backfield, and the front office didn't blink. They adjusted the practice squad, re-evaluated personnel, and began scanning for low-cost solutions that fit Mike Vrabel's physical blueprint. One name rose immediately: Jerome Ford of the Browns. And no, this isn't random talk, it's smart math, clean fit, perfect timing. Ford's on the final year of his rookie deal with a manageable cap hit, and in Cleveland, he's been overshadowed by rookie Kayshon Boutte. In New England, the fit is obvious. A compact, one-cut runner who handles early downs, catches checkdowns, and protects the quarterback. Exactly the kind of no-nonsense back that thrives in a Vrabel system. Disciplined, durable, efficient. What makes this compelling is the rotation that would form instantly. Ramondre Stevenson stays the hammer. Ford becomes the change of pace 8 to 12 touch complement. Rookie Trevayon Henderson grows into a situational role. Jashaun Corbin waits on the practice squad. Suddenly, balance returns to the offense. No panic, no desperation, just order. And yes, it would cost something. Probably a conditional 2026 sixth rounder that could bump to a fifth, depending on production. For a player who checks every box the offense needs right now, that's a bargain. The skeptics will call it a rental. But the truth is, the NFL in 2025 rewards opportunists. The right short-term addition can stabilize a team's rhythm and give a young quarterback like Maye clean pockets and honest boxes. When your run game demands respect, the safeties freeze, the middle opens, and Diggs, Boutte, and Douglas eat. It's football physics, not fantasy. That's why this rumor feels different. Not a headline grab, not a panic move, but a tactical correction. The kind of smart efficiency that defined Patriots football for 2 decades. Low cost, clear role, immediate impact. And speaking of impact, let's talk about the player who might be redefining what growth means in this locker room: Kayshon Boutte. Last year, he was the loudest voice in a fractured team. Frustrated, outspoken, and sometimes reckless. This year, he's unrecognizable. And that's the best compliment possible. Against the Saints, Boutte didn't just play. He commanded the field. 5 catches, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. But it's not about stats. It's the body language, the focus, the fire contained instead of wasted. He and Maye have built chemistry that looks like the start of something special. The timing, the trust, the confidence, it's all there. You can see it in the way Maye releases before Boutte even finishes his break. That's not luck, that's work. That's countless hours of reps that no one sees. Even Vrabel, a coach not known for flattery, pointed it out. Some guys grow quietly, others grow through the grind. Kayshon is doing both. That's big. When a hard-edged coach acknowledges growth, it's because he's seen a transformation that changes the room. And make no mistake, this locker room has noticed. Veterans are quoting Boutte's work ethic. Reporters say he's one of the first in, last out. Fans who once doubted him are now tweeting redemption arcs. His evolution is a symbol, not of hype, but of culture returning. Because culture isn't speeches, it's daily consistency. It's Boutte taking hard coaching, responding with performance, and showing younger players that talent means nothing without maturity. And when you pair that attitude with a quarterback like Drake Maye, things get very interesting. Maye isn't loud. He doesn't dance in the spotlight. He just goes to work. And that's exactly what this city has been waiting for. After the big win over Buffalo, he didn't bask in it. He said simply, "It's over. Time to move on." Patriots fans almost did a double take hearing that. The echoes of "on to the next one" felt familiar. That's the DNA returning. Focus, humility, control. On the field, you can feel it. Maye has trimmed turnovers, adjusted protections, and found rhythm in the short game. The line trusts him. The receivers follow his tempo. He's learning to run the offense, not survive it. And it's contagious. The entire unit looks steadier. Even Stephon Diggs, never shy with opinions, said it best. He's different. Calm but fierce. You feel he believes that belief is bleeding into results. 2 straight wins, 0 turnovers, rising confidence, and now a chance to turn momentum into identity. But the real test came in New Orleans, not from the Saints, but from the refs. Maye dropped a perfect deep ball to Demario Douglas. 61 yards of pure beauty. Touchdown, celebration, then the flag. Late, confused. Offensive pass interference, first on Austin Hooper, then suddenly on Stephon Diggs. Replays? Clean. Even CBS analyst Gene Steratore couldn't explain it. That's when frustration boiled over. Fans flooded social media. Patriots robbed trended for hours. And honestly, they were right. The NFL's officiating problem isn't just incompetence, it's inconsistency. No one wants games decided by conversations in a headset. The worst part? The refs seem to realize they messed up, calling questionable penalties against the Saints afterward, as if makeup calls erase bad ones. But here's what made the difference. New England didn't implode. They regrouped, drove the field again, and scored anyway. That's the new Patriots. The old teams didn't whine, they punished. This team did exactly that. And Vrabel's post-game message hit the perfect tone. Players worked too hard for something like that to wipe out what they built. Classy, sharp, pointed. That's leadership, and it's spreading. Look at the big picture now. 4 stories, 1 identity forming, a smart front office move looming in the background, a receiver maturing from noise to consistency, a young quarterback learning how to lead with silence, a locker room that refuses to crumble, even when the league's own whistles go rogue. It's all pointing in one direction, the return of Patriots football. Because this isn't about stars or highlight reels. It's about efficiency, culture, and the details that stack wins. It's about a head coach who preaches accountability instead of excuses. It's about players who've stopped chasing headlines and started chasing execution. That's why these last few weeks matter more than the record shows. The team is rediscovering its voice. Every drive looks more deliberate. Every celebration more unified. Every mistake corrected faster. That's the rhythm of real progress. And tactically, you can see Vrabel's fingerprint all over it. The offense is using more 12 personnel. 2 tight ends, heavy look, forcing defenses to guess. With Hooper selling run and sneaking into flats, play action suddenly opens a seam behind linebackers. If Ford arrives, inside zone and duo calls gain a bruiser. If not, Henderson's speed widens defenses horizontally, setting up those slants and crossers Boutte loves. Stephon Diggs's gravity forces safeties deeper, and that's giving Maye the underneath reads he thrives on. Demario Douglas, lined up in stacks, becomes a nightmare for press coverage. Add Maye's growing mastery of cadence, and you have a quarterback controlling the chessboard pre-snap. The hallmark of maturity that wins close games in December. That's why each detail matters. A clean slide protection here, a tight chip block there, that's the foundation. Shorter third downs, balanced play calling, field position advantage. This is how games are stolen quietly. Defense loves it too. Long drives keep them fresh for the fourth quarter. Pass rush regains its bite. Field position flips. And fans, even those miles away, can feel the difference. That subtle hum that says this team's heartbeat is back to normal. So, Patriots Nation, here's where you come in. This rebuild isn't just about players. It's about energy. The team feels when the fan base believes again. And make no mistake, they're earning it. Would you flip that late-round pick for Jerome Ford knowing it could stabilize the offense? Does Boutte's rise convince you he's ready to be a primary weapon next to Diggs? And how about Maye? Does his calm tell you he's the real deal? And for the league, fix the officiating. Because this team's patience has limits. And if these Patriots keep playing with this edge, you're not going to want to be on the other sideline when they snap. Think about it. Comment below. Let's talk like fans who remember what championship standards look like. If you made it this far, you're part of the movement. Fans who care about process, not drama. So hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who still doubts what's building here. Because New England pride never left. It just waited for the right team to deserve it again. And now, finally, that team is here.